Hello and welcome to the 2015 Commencement at Van Andel Arena. We're here not only celebrating our students, but celebrating 100 years of GRCC. And I've got a student here who would like to say hi to her family. What's your name?
Sunday.
And do you have family in there?
Yep, I have my daughter, Brandy, and my boyfriend, Danny.
And what are you graduating with tonight?
With a business administration degree.
What do you plan on doing with that degree?
I'm just putting it on my wall. I worked hard for it, so yeah.
Do you want to wave to everybody?
Hi.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to go over here a second. And who do we have here?
Joyce Collins.
Okay, and who do we have down here?
What's your name?
Santiago.
Are you graduating tonight?
Yes.
Are you getting a degree?
Yeah.
It's pretty big in there. You going to help your mom?
Yeah, Mom.
Can we talk to her for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So what are you graduating with tonight?
With a certificate in baking and pastry arts.
And do you have a job lined up for that?
Yeah, I'm already a baker at Uncommon Coffee Roasters in Saugatuck. So.
Ooh, I love that place.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now you going to have a party after this?
Hopefully. We'll see what my family plans.
I mean, are you baking something for them?
No, but I'm always baking. So my sisters say it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Okay, good deal. Well, what'd you say?
I have my parents. I have my parents.
Okay.
I have toys. And I have a cat. And
You're like our youngest graduate.
you have animals for cats.
Okay, well, thanks, man. You're a good guy.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go down here a second. Okay, we have this gentleman right here. What's your name, sir?
Mike Beatty,
What are you graduating with tonight?
Associates in Business Management.
Okay, what's this lanyard you have?
This is a veteran's cord.
Okay, excellent. And what are you planning on doing with your degree?
Advancing into upper management.
Ooh, that sounds ambitious.
Been in management for 20 years, so need this piece of paper to go.
Okay, do you have family in there?
Yes, I do.
You want to say hi to them?
Yes. Hey, Gordon, Shelley, Austin, Drew, what's happening? It's time.
Hopefully they're sitting down already.
I hope so.
We'll come back to you if not, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right. And who do we have here?
Patrick Dooling,
Okay, this gentleman did not want to be interviewed, but we're doing it anyways. So what are you graduating with tonight?
Associates in Business and Accounting.
What do you want to do with that degree?
Waiving my options right now. I'm not for sure.
Okay.
Definitely using it.
Okay, just kind of hanging loose with it?
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you have family in there?
They'll be showing up tonight, yeah.
You mean they're not in there yet? You sure?
Oh, they might be in there.
Do you want to wave to them just in case?
Sure.
Hello, whoever you are.
My wife, Linda, and my parents.
Hopefully you're sitting down already. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and here we have.
Heaven.
Now, do you know that inside there's going to be a Griffins game tomorrow night?
No.
Hockey, you know hockey, right?
No hockey, yeah.
Okay, because because of the hockey game, they still have the ice on the floor because they didn't. So you got to walk on that.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, just be really careful, okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Got grace, yeah.
What are you graduating with tonight?
My business associates, business administration.
Okay, what are you doing with that?
Right now I work in a vape shop. Do you know what those are at all? Like
Yeah.
E6, I work at that, shipping, helping the owners run the whole place. So,
Okay, so this will really help you.
yeah. They're all excited for me, so it's nice.
Hey, do you have family in there?
They're over at Godello's right now.
There are Gardellos?
Yeah, Jay Godello's.
We don't go that far. We're only inside there.
I know. I don't know.
You want to wave hi to them just in case they're in there?
Yeah. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Thank you very much. Okay, this woman looks a little nervous to be interviewed. So what's your name?
Trisha Heinzelman.
You sure about that?
Yes, positive.
What are you graduating with tonight?
My associates in applied arts and sciences, juvenile services.
What are you going to do with that degree?
Well, I am currently dual enrolled at Fair State to be a probation officer.
Very ambitious. We need those.
Sure do.
Do you have family in there?
I do. My parents, my son, they're all in there waiting for me to walk across.
You can wave to them, you know.
Hi, guys. Love you.
You're in giants because you're like 20 feet tall in there.
Oh, geez. Well, my dad's 6'5", so I'll be short to them.
Oh, you know, you're huge in there.
Oh. Well, I like to be huge, so I'll stand out in front of everybody.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you very much. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing Shania Twain tonight?
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
She's really great. This is her last tour, you know.
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Really? Oh, me too. We should go together.
Oh, yeah. Sit next to each other would be great.
That would be fantastic. But I better know your name first.
Michael Jones.
Mike, what are you graduating with tonight?
An Associates in Applied Sciences Computer Networking.
Wow, that's heady. What are you going to do with that?
I'm actually going to try to get into the IT department where I work.
Oh, you're going to try to be a GRCC IT department?
Well, I work at Gentex in Zealand.
Oh, and that's better somehow?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'm going to forget you said that entirely. Now,
Words hurt.
Do you have family in there?
Yeah, they should be arriving anytime soon.
Well, they might be sitting down already. You want to say hi to them?
Hey, everybody.
That's it? You got one person?
Well, everybody, you know, includes
I mean, yeah, I got names for these other people?
Mom, Dad, Jerry, Tracy, everyone in there.
Bobby, Cindy, Marcia, all of you. Jan, Alice, the maid, all of them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're going to go back to you guys in the arena, and we'll see you in 5. Welcome back, and we have another anxious student here who's still getting ready but wants to be interviewed. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jerry Jones, Jerry Arlen Jones.
And what do you do when you're not going to college?
Well, I was a musician for a lot of years. I actually love music. When I came back to school, I kept it going. So
that's what you're graduating with tonight?
No, I actually have an associate's in journalism, and I'm going to be transferring to the University of Michigan to study history.
Well, you're just a man of all trades, aren't you?
Oh, no. I just have many interests.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you doing this today.
Do you have family in there?
I do. I'm going to have a bunch of my friends, a bunch of my family, my father and my mother. Everybody's coming. It's a fun time. It's a good time, right?
It is. Would you like to wave to them into the lens?
I would. Hello, friends and family. I love you. Thank you, seriously, for supporting me.
Wow, you should go into acting.
No.
You really should.
I did do like 3 of the GRCC plays.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. It's almost like I recognized you.
It's almost like we have some sort of familiarity with each other.
It's incredible.
That would be crazy.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now we have 3 lovely ladies here.
Yeah. Hi. We made it. Another day's journey.
So what's your name?
Judy. My name is Kelly. Hi.
And what's your name?
Deanna.
And what's your name?
Tawanda Lee.
And what are you graduating with tonight?
Associates in Business Administration.
You had to read it off a card?
No, I have to read it. I was just holding it up so you can see it.
You were clearly reading it. You didn't know what degree you were getting.
I know what degree I'm getting. Trust that thought.
Okay.
That one, look. I worked hard for it, too.
Do you have family in there?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to say hi?
Hi, Mom. Hi, sisters. Hi, daughter.
Fantastic. Okay, what are you graduating with tonight?
Certified addiction counseling.
That sounds really deep.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Wow.
Good, though. I really enjoyed it.
It sounds great. Do you have family in there?
I do. My fiance. Hey, honey.
Oh, so you're taken.
Oh, I'm going to be on May 23rd.
Oh, okay. You hear that? May 23rd's the day. So, and anybody else in there?
No, just him and a bunch of friends and family. Yay, we did it together.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Okay, and what are you graduating with tonight?
Associates of Appeal, Arts and Science, Juvenile Services.
Now, you know there's a Motley Crue concert going on tonight?
I don't know nothing about Motley Crue.
Yeah, they're actually playing before the graduation.
I don't think so.
Wow, you're good. You didn't even fall for it.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Aileen. Hey, family. Hey, Quentin, my son. I love you.
Thank you very much. Okay, now these 2 ladies have never met each other, so we're going to actually introduce them on the big screens. So you are?
Michaela Zira.
And you are?
Lupita Gonzalez.
Okay, meet you 2.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, what are you graduating with tonight?
I'm graduating with an associate's degree in marketing.
Would you believe that there's a Motley Crue concert going on tonight?
I would not.
Wow, you're really smart. You must be graduating from college.
I am, yep.
Do you have family and friends in there?
I do. I have a large family.
Okay, look right into that lens and say hi to everybody.
Hi.
You can like individual names. You got names? They'd love to hear their names in there.
Mom, Dad, Ethan, Jeremiah, Alex, Max, Corey, Grandma, Judy. There's a lot of them.
And there's more than that?
No, that's everyone.
Oh, okay. Boy, I thought you were going to go on with even a bigger list. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, how about you? You have family in there?
Yes, my husband, Rolando, my mom, Sarah, and my 2 daughters, Soli and Sarah.
You want to wave to them?
I love you.
Wow, that was like a 10-foot high kiss in there on 2 big screens.
Really?
Yeah, it's huge in there.
Awesome.
Wait till you walk in there. Be careful of the ice. There's a Griffins game tomorrow night.
Don't say that because all day I've been thinking I'm going to fall, so hopefully I won't.
Okay, I promise there's absolutely no ice down right now, so we're going to go back to you guys in the arena. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
You remember me, darling? Yeah.
Welcome back, and we've got another student waiting to talk to about his experiences at GRCC. What's your name?
Solomon Leroy Gant.
Did you like going to GRCC?
Oh yeah, at first, when I went there, I had no idea that I didn't even want to go at first. But my sister, she told me to go, and ever since I went there, it's probably been the best decision that I've ever made in my life. I would do it all over again. If I did it all over again, I would do the exact same thing.
Wow, yeah, you just answered 9 questions I was going to ask you.
Well, I already know these answers for myself, so I might as well just go get them all out anyway,
What are you graduating with tonight?
Associate of Arts. Associate of Arts, yeah. I'm thinking about doing communication. I'm transferring over to Belmont University in Tennessee. It's in Nashville area. And there I'm most likely going to study music. I'd like to say music therapy.
Fantastic. Do you have family in there?
In music therapy?
No, inside Van Andel.
Of course. Yes, I do. I just think they may be seeing me right now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're like 10 feet tall in there.
Am I? Oh, I can't wait to see what this looks like later. Will I see it later?
No.
Oh, well, never mind then.
No, just say hi to them.
Hi, Dad, Mom, everyone else, Vanessa. No, Vanessa's not there. But hi. Hi, guys.
Thanks, Solomon. Okay, and next up we have
James Hernandez.
James, what are you graduating with tonight?
Associates, Culinary Arts, and Personal Chefs.
Ooh, so you're going to be a chef, huh?
I'm a chef currently. I work at Food Design by Chef Breck. I do catering and banquets, yeah.
Excellent. Are you going into business for yourself? Can I get your services for catering?
Oh, absolutely. You can get service. I have a business card for you if you want to. Yeah, pretty reasonable in price, and actually work for a chef that's been in the industry for quite some long time, and is a graduate from the GRCC culinary program as well. So, yeah. So. All
right, see me before you graduate, and we'll go look that up. So, who do you have family in there tonight?
I do. I have my wife Amy, both of my brothers Rocky and Philip, and a couple of my sons, Austin and Anthony, and Brianna, and yeah. So.
You want to do a big silly wave to him?
Big silly wave. Hey.
Cool. Thank you very much. Okay, now over here we have a student. He's actually a friend of mine. What's your name, sir?
Brian Whitsett.
And what are you graduating with tonight?
Tonight I'm graduating with my associate's degree.
Okay, now you've got a lot of stuff around your neck here. Can you explain what it all is?
Yeah, this is the Phi Theta Kappa medallion. Just for being a part of the Honor Society. I got my honors cords here, also part of Phi Theta Kappa, and then this is just the standard scarf thing. I don't really know what it's called. But
well, and you're wearing standard blue, which is good because everyone else is wearing blue.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to say hi to any family in there?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to say hi to my dad and my mom who's standing over there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Well, cool, because I know your mom pretty well.
Oh, that's good.
All right, well, hey, good luck in there, okay?
Yeah, thanks, man. Nice seeing you.
Okay, we're going to go back over here again. Okay, this is the really nervous group. And their first nervous person is?
Nicole Yalaki.
And what are you graduating with tonight?
My associate's in arts, but pre-business.
What does that get you?
Well, the Associates in Arts is because of like the macro agreement. So I took like all business classes, but I took like your general English, math. So I got the arts, but pre-business.
Wow, you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, because I talked to the counselor and he told me arts and I was kind of confused and he explained it all, so.
Excellent.
Down now.
Okay, who do you have family in there?
Yeah, hi Grandma, Dad, Mom, Judy, Lisa, and Tony.
Hi, you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have, now this one, she's a little nervous. She was not aware that Motley Crue was playing tonight, so, you know, I had to fill her in. So what's your name?
Patty Vanderveen,
And what are you graduating with tonight?
Associates of Arts.
And you didn't even look on your card.
No, I know that one.
I know you're like, there's not many people that know.
Wow.
Now, do you have family in there?
Lots of family.
Okay, you list every one of them.
No, that'll get me in trouble. I'll forget. But the most important, my husband and my 3 kids. So hi.
That was very politically correct. And hi to everyone else that's in there too that you won't mention.
Yes.
Okay, next up we have,
Nicole Dietrich.
and you have kids in there, don't you?
Yes, I do.
How old are those kids?
Almost 12 and almost 10.
Okay, what are their names?
Benny and Travis.
You want to wave to them?
My cap's not staying on, so.
You can get help with that. There's people in line for that.
Yeah, I'll find them. It just started, so.
What are you graduating with?
Associates of the Arts.
What do you want to do with that degree?
Not entirely certain yet, so I think I'll probably be doing some substitute teaching in the meanwhile, so.
Well, that sounds great. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, and next up, this guy really didn't want to be on at all, but I had to really drag him. What's your name?
Ken Damon.
And what are you graduating with tonight?
Arts and Sciences Associates.
And what do you want to do with that?
Well, I have computer applications. I worked IT for many years, but I taught myself. This will help me get certified to stay in that field.
Okay, now do you have family in there?
I do. 4 children and probably 8 grandkids there as well.
Name them.
Okay, Andrea, Rebecca, Matt, Kara are my kids. Ethan, Elise, Jacob, Eli, Mason, Trey, and Noah, and Ellie.
Wow, I have no idea if you're right or not, but that's really good.
Oh, yeah.
And what are you planning on doing after the graduation tonight?
Oh, we'll go out to eat as a family together.
Where are you going to go?
Probably Arnie's.
Oh, you mind if I go along?
You can come right along as long as you're paying. That's all we care.
I'll pay. I've got an account for that.
All right, all right.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we're going back to you guys in the arena. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand Rapids Community College 98th Commencement Exercises. Carrying the college's gonfalons, Jada Pickens, the former president of the Black Student Union, and Rachel Alberta, a member of the Phi Theta Kappa and recognized as Delta Pi Alpha. Now please welcome the Grand Rapids Community College graduating class of 2015. the school's gonfalons, Ariel Brown, President of the Student Affairs Alliance, and Ben Geis, Executive Vice President of Campus Activities Board. Now please welcome the faculty of Grand Rapids Community College, led by the respective associate deans. Entering on the left are the departments in the School of Arts and Sciences. Entering on the right will be the School of Workforce Development and School of Student Affairs. Please welcome the faculty from Biological Sciences, Applied Technology, the faculty from the Education Department, and and automotive. Also, please welcome the faculty from exercise science and the business departments. The faculty from the English department and computer information systems. Please welcome the faculty from Language and Thought and Criminal Justice. The faculty from the Mathematics Department. And the Secchi Institute for Culinary Education. Welcome the faculty from the Music Department and the Dental faculty. Please welcome the faculty from Physical Sciences and Mechanical and Architectural Design. The Psychology Department and the faculty from Manufacturing. Welcome the faculty from Social Sciences and the Nursing faculty. The faculty from the Theater Departments and Occupational Therapy Assisting. Also the faculty from Visual Arts and the Radiologic Technology Departments. Faculty from the Library and as well Counseling and Career Center, Career Development Services, Disability and Occupational Support Services, Student Support Services, and tutor coordinators in health, business, biology, math, and science. At this time is the dais. The president of Grand Rapids Community College, the Faculty Association president, the Grand Rapids Community College Board of Trustees, the provost, the dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, the dean of the School of Workforce Development, Presidential Medal Award recipients, the distinguished alumni recipient, and co-chair of the 100-year anniversary milestone committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now, please welcome GRCC alumnus and spoken word artist, Azizi Jasper.
Tomorrow's return is only as good as today's investment.
Our task at the present is to understand one another.
Women and girls given training.
Now the time has come for this nation to fulfill its promise.
I have a dream. Grand Rapids Junior College, one of the best institutions.
Thankfully, there were those bright enough to have the foresight to invest in today, yesterday. Visionaries just as determined to change their world, as much and sometimes more than the world around them changed.
The idea of a junior college was in the air.
Years of yesterdays made us who we are today. The promise and sheer potential of tomorrow, we cannot afford to waste.
Educational opportunity to serious-minded students.
We work so hard today that it will be better than yesterday, as if prophetic. For potential is nothing if not turned kinetic. We stand on the totemic shoulders of those who stood before us, those who stood for something, those who sat in, those who sat down.
College, to be strong, needs the student view.
Those who sought opportunity, those who found, in hopes that their sons and daughters would never have to settle than for less than what their potential intended.
The college has to rise to meet the new challenges.
Passing to us, those sons and daughters, the baton of education, the baton of equal access.
Diversity is a very important thing at Grand Rapids Community College.
Of diversity, coexistence, scholasticism, the baton of respect, of community inclusion and free thought.
Don't turn your back on the new revolution, the new reform.
With the knowledge that with every lap, that baton becomes just a little bit lighter for the next generation to bear.
The community college, it is the great force for democratization in this country.
Changing with the times to help change the times when they are hard.
We stay ahead only if we work together.
We are creators. We are innovators.
If we are to remain competitive and thrive, we must adapt and change.
We are today's investment. We are tomorrow's return. We are the promise of now. This very moment. We are the sum of 100 years. We are the potential of 100 more. We are GRCC.
Thank you, Azizi. A great talent, and we're so proud to call him an alum of GRCC. Tonight, I'd also like us to show our appreciation to Professor Michael Gillian and the Wind Ensemble. They will be providing us music throughout this special evening. So, welcome to the 2015 Grand Rapids Community College Commencement. While each of our commencements have been a cause for celebration, this one is especially noteworthy as Grand Rapids Community College celebrates 100 years. This evening, we salute and celebrate our rich history, honoring people who have contributed to both our college and to our community. And finally, we look forward to the future as we celebrate the hard work and accomplishments of these 2015 graduates. When we started 100 years ago as the state's first junior college, we operated out of Central High School building on Fountain Street. At that time, we offered mathematics, history, rhetoric and composition, German, Latin, biology, and physics to 49 students. Tonight, of the more than 1,900 students graduating from GRCC, you will see nearly 600 students cross this stage to receive their degrees and those degrees now encompass programs from applied technology to visual arts. We're so proud of these 600 students. Our past record of those marching was about 400, and tonight to have 600 here is fabulous for us. We just love seeing you here. I am also so pleased to see so many families, friends, and community members. Thank you for joining us in saluting the accomplishments of our graduates. I'm also very pleased to bring you special greetings from President Barack Obama. He says, I am pleased to join in celebrating your 100th anniversary. Americans' community colleges serve as a gateway to growth and an engine for our country's progress. All of our people deserve the chance to access knowledge and compete in our economy, and a post-secondary degree is the surest way to widen those doors of opportunity. Schools like GRCC enrich communities and help people weave their unique stories into the American narrative with confidence and skill. By cultivating the talents of those willing to reach high and work toward their dreams, you help uphold our nation's founding promise that all things are possible for all people. As you mark your centennial, I hope you take great pride in the ways your school has touched the lives of students and made a mark in Michigan. I wish you all the best for the years ahead. Signed, Barack Obama. Now I would ask for you all to rise and sing with our talented musicians as they perform the national anthem. The national anthem will be led by Professor Kevin Dorbrough, Program Director of our music department.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. As we begin tonight's commencement, please join me in a moment of silence so that each of us can express our appreciation in our own way for the bright future these graduates will help to create. Thank you. It is a pleasure for me to introduce to you our platform guests for the evening. Please hold your applause until each group is introduced. First, our Board of Trustees. Mr. Burt Blakey, Chairperson of the Board and retired Superintendent of Grand Rapids Public Schools. Mr. Richard Verberg, Vice Chairperson of the Board of Trustees and retired from General Motors. Dr. Richard Reiskamp, Secretary of the Board and attending physician at St. Mary's Healthcare. Ms. Ellen James, Treasurer of the Board and retired from the City of Grand Rapids Equal Opportunity Department. Ms. Deb Bailey, Trustee, Director of Global Corporate Relations, Steelcase Incorporated. Ms. Cynthia Bristow, Trustee, retired faculty member, Grand Rapids Community College. and Dr. Richard Stewart, trustee and retired professor from Cornerstone University. Please join me in a warm welcome for our honored Board of Trustees. Now, please allow me to introduce our other guests on the stage. Dr. Lori Chesley, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. Dr. Fiona Hurt, Dean of the School of Workforce Development. Dr. Mike Vargo, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Ms. Terry Hanlon, recipient of the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award, retired administrator, Forest Hills Public Schools. Ms. Susan Ford Bales, Presidential Medallion recipient. Mr. Stephen Abid, professor in the Social Science Department. And Mr. Fred Van Hardesveld, professor of the English Department and president of our Faculty Association. Please give them a warm welcome. Now, if you would, I'd like to introduce your other college guests, our exceptional faculty and dedicated administrators. I'd please ask all of you to stand so we could recognize your work and commitment with these students that are graduating tonight. Please, faculty and staff, rise so we can recognize you. And finally, for the 600 students that are with us tonight, I think it's incredibly important that we recognize your parents, your family, and your friends, those close to you. No one earns a credential in higher education without tremendous support from people around them, people that are there to say, yes, you can, when you have those days when you're just not sure. People to take care of the children because you have work to do for school. Without those loving arms, it would be a very, very difficult path. So please, let's recognize all those loved ones that are with us tonight. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Ellen James. She is our Board of Trustees member who will be presenting our Distinguished Alumna Award. Ms. James.
Good evening. On behalf of my fellow trustees, our faculty and staff, I would like to welcome you to our 2015 commencement of Grand Rapids Community College. As they cross the stage tonight, yesterday's GRCC students become graduates and then alumni. The many achievements of our alumni have helped fuel the growth and added to the history of West Michigan for the past 100 years. We will honor one special alumna this evening. Terry Hanlon has spent her career advancing the field of education. She has spent time in classrooms and boardrooms promoting such innovations as computer use in classrooms, co-op programs, mentoring, experimental learning, and diversity education. Her commitment service has encompassed the Girl Scouts of Michigan Trails, the Women's History Council, the Chamber of Commerce's Business and Workforce Development Committee, the Association of University Women, and the Institute for Healing Racism. But throughout Terry's career, she has always found time for GRCC. Let me just say, throughout her busy time, she has always found time for GRCC. She was elected to the founding Board of Trustees in 1991. She served as treasurer, secretary, and chairperson of the Finance Committee. Terry retired from the Board of Trustees in 2014. I, along with my fellow board members, always appreciated her experience, her wisdom, and her humor. Please watch the video with me that will honor Terry.
I was part of that generation where women could be four things: teacher, housewife, secretary, and nurse. I did, right after high school, I went to Ferris State College to get a technical secretarial skills certificate. Well, I was fortunate enough to get a job at General Motors, and then just got completely, wow, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. That's when I went back to GRCC. I went to Marywood Academy, but I wasn't the top of the class, so I had a lot of confidence building to do. So at JC at the time, there were smaller classes. You know, the teachers cared more, professors cared more. It fit a working woman's schedule. It just all fell into place. In fact, it was like a moment of disappointment when I was done because it was such an enriching experience. And then I never stopped. I got a job at Forest Hills Public Schools in 1978. And then I ended up being director of vocational and career education. What drove me to run definitely was the experience at JC, and then my experience on the alumni board, because I saw the difference that junior college was making in this community. And we were really, when you compare how we are today, CC, we were quite small. Think of all the things we've done. Just proud of the fact that I could represent people who needed JC, who needed to go back to college. I could represent and be a voice. I really hope that how I have given back to our community will influence each and every one of you to be inspired to get involved in your own way. GRCC helped me become who I became. You know, from building that nervous young woman at 26. I just really feel honored, but I think GRCC is the place to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to bestow the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award to my friend, Terry Hanlon.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce Professor Steve Abid, who will be introducing the Presidential Medallion recipient. Steve?
Thank you, President Ender. Congratulations to the graduates. I wish you well in whatever the future has in store for you, and I hope you will come back and visit us often. For those of you who had me for class, I promise this will be way shorter than one of my lectures. We may even get out on time. As we officially bring our 100-year anniversary to a close this evening, I am honored to introduce one of the awards we are presenting. The year-long centennial celebration reinforced the idea that over the past century, GRCC has been integral to the growth and success of West Michigan. As we complete the commemoration of that history tonight, we also honor and celebrate the accomplishments of our area's most famous resident, who also was integral to the growth and success of our region and this institution. While Gerald Ford was born in Nebraska, he became identified with Grand Rapids, sharing our values and character with the nation and the world. He did not seek a place in history, but he was willing to meet its challenges. His steady strength comforted and restored the faith of a nation in turmoil. Allow me to use a quote to provide you a glimpse at the depth of character of this great man. Upon taking the oath of office as president on August 9, 1974, Mr. Ford stated, "I am acutely aware that you have not elected me as your president by your ballots, and so I ask you to confirm me as your president with your prayers, and I hope that such prayers will be the first of many." Continuing, he said, "I have not sought this enormous responsibility, but I will not shirk it. Those who nominated and confirmed me as vice president were my friends and are my friends. They were of both parties, elected by all the people and acting under the Constitution in their name. It is only fitting then that I should pledge to them and to you that I will be the president of all the people." Tonight we will recognize President Gerald R. Ford for his accomplishments, his character, candor, and integrity. We wish to honor Gerald Ford's legacy of leadership to the world, to the nation, and to West Michigan. We wish to applaud Gerald R. Ford's commitment and unwavering support of Grand Rapids Community College by bestowing posthumously the college's Presidential Medallion, an honor shared with GRCC presidents that has only been awarded outside the campus community once before. Accepting the medallion on President Ford's behalf will be his daughter, Susan Ford Bales. Along with her mother, Susan Ford Bales helped launch National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in 1984 and has served as a national spokeswoman for breast cancer awareness. As a spouse of a breast cancer survivor, I cannot begin to tell you how much of an impact these efforts have made. Susan has served as a trustee of the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Foundation since 1981 and is co-chairperson of its Programs Committee. She was elected to the Betty Ford Center's Board of Directors in 1992 and served as that panel's chairwoman from 2005 to 2010. She is the ship's sponsor for the aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, which she officially christened in 2013. Mrs. Bales is also a member of the advisory board of the Rosalind Carter Fellowships for Mental Health, a trustee of the President Gerald R. Ford Historical Legacy and Elizabeth B. Ford Charitable Trust, and a member of the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens Foundation's executive board and the board of directors of the Basque School in New Mexico. Please watch this tribute to our Presidential Medallion recipient.
Anyone familiar with our nation's history is aware of the pivotal role Gerald Ford played during his time as President of the United States, helping the nation heal after the presidential transition, easing Cold War tensions, confronting disputes in the Middle East and Southeast Asia, while dealing with economic challenges at home. Anyone familiar with Michigan history is aware of Gerald Ford's role as an evolving leader and advocate for the region, from his time at Grand Rapids South High School to the University of Michigan, his naval service during World War II, and his election as our representative to Congress, where he served for 25 years. Today, our community's infrastructure reflects the honor we feel for this native son, from schools to our airport to the highway that winds through West Michigan, the very highway that wraps around his Presidential Museum. GRCC's personal connection with Gerald Ford extends back to his time as a congressman when he hosted our students in Washington, D.C. in 1959, and just a few years later delivered the commencement address here on our campus. The strength of that bond only grew and in the fall of 1976 resulted in the dedication of the Gerald R. Ford Fieldhouse. The facility represented a substantial step forward, housing not only our athletics programs, but also many important community events including visits from current and former U.S. presidents, just like Ford himself.
It's a very high honor for me to participate in the Talk Fest, the campus of the Grand Rapids Junior College, which you know and I know is one of the best in quality throughout the entire United States.
Our connection to him is remembered in that facility. Many of the tens of thousands who have graduated from GRCC since 1976 have done so under its roof. And coincidentally, just 1 year after he would have turned 100, we are hitting our century mark and are thrilled to share a moment in the sun with Gerald Ford.
Since leaving the White House a little over 4 years ago, I've had the opportunity of lecturing at 68 colleges and universities. I firmly believe that this group of young people are fully prepared to do an outstanding job for our country. I congratulate them, and I'm proud of them, as I'm sure all of you are.
I now invite Susan Ford Bales to the podium, along with President Ender, who will bestow the Presidential Medallion in honor of her father, President Gerald R. Ford.
So it is a personal honor for me to be able to award this medallion tonight, Mrs. Bales. Clearly your father's legacy of leadership and commitment, hard work at a very difficult time in the history of our country. For us to be able to recognize that tonight is quite exceptional as part of our 100 years. And it wasn't just a country that, as I understand, Gerald Ford affected. It was the nation, it was the globe, it was Michigan, and it was Grand Rapids. We say on the back of the medallion, in honor of Gerald Ford's legacy of leadership to the world, to the nation, and to West Michigan, May 1st, 2015. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve, President Ender, Joe and Donna Calvaruso, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. But let me first shout out to the members of the class of 2015. Well done and bravo, congratulations. But I also want to give a special tribute to the parents and the families of the class of 2015. I personally know and love and sacrifice that you put into making this day possible. So class of 2015 members, please join me in congratulating and thanking your parents and your families for a job well done. I assure you, graduates, no one, absolutely no one, expects you to remember anything that is said this evening. And most definitely, my remarks are no exception. Thank you, President Ender, to Grand Rapids Community College for this extraordinary honor that you have given my dad. Dad was the college commencement speaker in 1963. He was a huge supporter of the college as Grand Rapids congressman, as president, and in the decades after in the White House. He would have been thrilled to be a part of this 100th anniversary. I know how proud and grateful Dad would have been to be honored by a college that meant so much to him, particularly this one in his hometown of Grand Rapids. So on behalf of Dad, I thank you for this honor, and most of all, I thank you for allowing Dad and me to become a part of this remarkable institution. America has had 43 men who have served 44 presidencies. Grover Cleveland was the comeback kid. Every presidency has its highs and lows, and some presidents have suffered in the gaze of history. Others, like Dad and Harry Truman, have benefited from the longer perspective. In my dad's case, history has been very kind. As David Broder observed, in an odd and inexplicable way, the truth has begun to dawn on the American people that Gerald Ford was the kind of president Americans always wanted and didn't know that they had, end quote. And you can draw a straight line to a single place, to a single community, to understand our 38th president and his special place in nation's history. George W. Bush spoke for all Americans when he said, "Our country seems blessed to find the right leader at the right time. Through that special providence, the times found Gerald Ford. And when he elevated to the presidency, it has become America needed him. Not because he needed the office. He assumed the presidency when the nation needed a leader of integrity and humility, and we found it in the man from Grand Rapids," end quote. Every day of that 895 days of his presidency, Dad relied upon the lessons he learned in this community. And this evening, I would like to share one example of how Grand Rapids made him into the man and how Grand Rapids was the core of what he was as the president. Some of you may know that Dad was one of the strongest presidents for civil rights and equal rights. And for example, we all witnessed wonderful progress in women's athletics brought about by Title IX. Title IX, ladies and gentlemen, was issued by my dad. He was the first president to appoint women to Annapolis and West Point, and he made certain to have diversity in his administration, particularly for Americans of color. Of course, to the people of Grand Rapids, his commitment to all Americans, whatever their race, whatever their national origin, and whatever their place in life, was no surprise. And as some of you may know, my dad was an All-American center on the national champion team of the University of Michigan. And in their 1934 season, the Wolverines were scheduled to play Georgia Tech. However, Georgia Tech refused to take the field unless Michigan benched their star halfback, Willis Ward. Now, there are several things about the Georgia Tech demand that affected my dad. Willis Ward was a star player. Willis Ward was the fastest guy on the team. Willis Ward was Dad's close friend on the team, and oh yes, Willis Ward was black. The Georgia Tech demand was simple. We will not come to Ann Arbor unless the black player is kept off the field. Unfortunately, and in what was certainly not the greatest hour, Michigan agreed, and Dad's friend, Willis Ward, was benched. But the story didn't end there. Dad did something that also was unthinkable, particularly for the captain of the University of Michigan football team. Dad decided, since his friend was being benched solely because of the color of his skin, Dad would respond, and he did, and he quit the team. But late that night, Willis Ward came to my dad's room, and the two friends spoke for a long time. And Willis told my dad he knew what was in my dad's heart. And he begged my dad to reconsider, not just for Willis, but for their team. So finally, after that very personal, special time, my dad stayed on the team. And that Saturday, he led the team onto the field at the Big House, and Michigan won the game 9-0. Ladies and gentlemen, that lesson of equality is one that Gerald Ford first learned here in Grand Rapids. And it is a lesson of equality Gerald Ford carried with him for the rest of his life. So in the twilight of his life, my dad remarked, "When I wake up at night and I can't sleep, I think of Grand Rapids." So to receive the honor for Dad at this college and in this city that he loves so very much means more than words of thanks I could possibly muster. On behalf of the 38th President of the United States, thank you from the bottom of my heart for this honor. May God bless and watch over the class of 2015 and Grand Rapids Community College, and God bless America. Thank you.
At this time, the GRC Concert Choir will present The Music of Living by Dan Forrest. The concert choir is under the direction of sophomore music major Samantha Erickson and accompanied by Dr. Kenneth Boss.
Teach me to sing the
Thank you. What a ton of talent. Just beautiful. Thank you. Our commencement speaker tonight can certainly speak to the community part of Grand Rapids Community College. Bert Blakey started his career as a teacher and administrator in the East Grand Rapids and Forest Hills school districts before becoming superintendent of Lowell and then Grand Rapids Public Schools. After retiring, he turned his attention from K-12 students to colleges and was elected to our Board of Trustees in 2011. It is my great pleasure to introduce keynote speaker and Board of Trustees chairperson, Bert Blakey.
Well, for those folks who are expecting President Obama, I am not him. And then, if that isn't bad enough, President Ford is represented here. And then President Ford's daughter said, I think quite eloquently, that nobody's going to remember a thing that is said here tonight. I don't know what I'm doing here. Kind of reminds me of a story that Abraham Lincoln used to tell about the man who was about to be tarred and feathered. So they got the tar out and they said, listen, do you want to have any final words before we tar and feather you? And the guy thought for a few minutes. He said, you know, if it wasn't for the honor of this whole thing, I'd rather be someplace else. And that's exactly how I feel. So, you know, 100 years is an awful long time. You can tell. Dr. Ender's not even 100 years old. But I think we forget another anniversary that is taking place actually 2 weeks ago, but 150 years ago. 150 years ago, on April 15th, Abraham Lincoln was actually assassinated on the 14th and died on the 15th. So this is really an important anniversary for all of us. I think that when we reflect on the responsibilities of presidents and the impact that presidents make on all of our lives, as witnessed again this evening, President Lincoln changed all of our lives forever. And yet, I think it's important to mention on that anniversary of 150 years that, as evidenced by many of the things that we're seeing in so many of our cities today, that work is not done. And that all of us as a community, and including Grand Rapids, have a responsibility to make this a better world for everybody. And I think it's particularly a responsibility of our youngsters who are graduating this evening. We all can make a difference. We all can't be presidents of the United States, but every one of us in this room can make a difference and make this a better place for everybody in our community, and really, that's kind of our job. I'm now at the point of my speech where I'm supposed to give you advice, but I have no advice. And I know it's 8:12, and you're not going to remember a thing I say anyhow. But I do have one observation. This observation is not based on scientific research. It's based on me observing. And the observation is simple, and I think it's very true. Here it is. Life is not fair. Now, here's the interesting part. I think the living example of that sits in our graduating class. Because in sitting with our graduating class are all different kinds of stories. And everybody has a story. And many, many graduates who are here this evening have come through very, very difficult times. So you really have to ask a very simple question. How did you get here? Why are you sitting here and many of your friends who started with you are no longer here? Why are you here and other people have dropped out? Viktor Frankl, who was incarcerated in a concentration camp during World War II, wrote a book. It's a very skinny book. It's about 90 pages. I'd recommend that everybody reads it. The name of the book is Man's Search for Meaning. And in that book, he lays out a very simple equation. And that is that we cannot, as men and women, we cannot control all the time, and we cannot control many of the time what happens to us. But we can control how we react to what happens to us. And that, I would think, is the one thing you should remember. Your attitude makes all the difference in the world. So many things happen to us every day, which we have no control. But we can control our attitude. So we live inside our heads. We have the ability, the freedom to choose. And I think that many of you who have graduated are sitting here saying to yourself right now, you know, I done pretty good. And you have, because you already know that one of the great secrets is not what happens, it's but how you handle it and how you react to that. So you will remember that. There will be a test tomorrow. No, it's tomorrow Saturday, probably not. So that's all I know. I would like to take 1 second to thank the faculty. The heart of any educational system is teaching. And teaching is both a science, but also an art. It's a human endeavor. And I heard so many stories over the past several months of how many graduates have been impacted by teachers here at this school going over and above board to help young people be successful. And I want to thank every single faculty member here personally. For doing a wonderful job. It's all about the human experience. And also, many other employees of this system who work hard to make sure that everything works. The Board of Trustees are deeply grateful for your contributions also, and very thankful. And to you who are graduating, I suggest you have fun, work hard, make mistakes, and remember my little speech.
Thank you, Chairperson Blakey. Last year, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of an organization that we are very proud to be connected with, the Northwick Academy. Since 1989, Northwick Academy has been our partner in providing a post-secondary college experience in the arts and sciences for folks with special needs. Tonight, I'm extremely honored to confer Honorary Associate of Arts degrees on 2 Northwick Academy students who share a lifelong friendship and a love of learning. Best friends Sue Udall and Betty Malmega have attended Northwick together for more than 2 decades. Betty previously attended St. Isidore and Sacred Heart Catholic schools and then Coldbrook School. She then completed employment training programs and worked at the Patland Hotel, the Department of Human Services, and Kohl's department store. She now participates in a day program for seniors at Hope Network. Sue attended Coldbrook School and then Kent Occupational High School. She completed employment training programs and worked at Family Fare in the Patland Hotel. She now works for Hope Network Industries. Please watch this tribute to our honorary degree recipients.
Betty and Sue have been part of the program for so long. They've just kind of always been there, it sort of seems like to me. All of the Norfolk students who've gotten honorary degrees just love to learn so much, and Betty and Sue are no different. They just love coming to class. If they have to limp their way through the door, that's what they will do.
I love both Betty and Sue. They deserve an honorary degree because they work very hard for it.
They've been friends for about 30 years. And Betty is Sue's best friend.
She laughs all the time, and we study about science, poems, poetry.
I used to go up north with my grandparents.
I'm excited. My niece is having a baby girl.
For Betty, she's so excited about it. She's really good at everything that she does, and she just really loves it. It's been a very good experience for her.
I think she's very happy that she's reached that goal. It's meant a lot to her. It's taken a long time, and she finally is getting the recognition means a lot to her.
I know that for both of them, this has just been a dream of theirs. And from the time I met them, they told me this was a goal that they had.
Congratulations to both of them for their life achievement.
Congratulations to Sue and Betty. Congratulations to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorary degree recipients Betty Malmega and Sue Udell. Well, we're getting close to unleashing the tigers and tigresses. We're at that point in tonight's ceremony that you've all been anticipating, the awarding of diplomas. When you students join, I knew you were out there. When you students join tens of thousands of others as proud GRCC alumni. On behalf of all of us on this stage and those who have worked with each of you throughout your time at GRCC, I want to wish you the best in whatever step you take next, whether it's on to a career or further studies. You are now part of a 100-year history in our commitment to excellence. We are proud to call you alumni. And now, it's time for each to shine as you take that big walk across the stage. As we confer your respective degrees on each of you this evening, I will be assisted by Chairperson Blakey and all of the other members of the Board of Trustees. Presenting the candidates for confirmation are Provost Laura Chesley, Dean Mike Bargo, and Dean Fiona Hurt. May I call to your attention our students who are wearing gold ribbons and gold medallions. These are our Delta Phi Alpha students who are graduating this evening in the top 5% of their class. The students with a medallion on a blue ribbon are members of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society, and they have earned a grade point average of 3.5 or better. The students with blue and gold honor codes are members of our honors program. These students have completed all academic and service requirements to graduate with this distinction. Finally, the students with red, white, and blue cords are being honored for their service to our country. And now I will call upon our provost, Dr. Laura Chesley, who will begin the introductions.
Will the Marshal now present the candidates who will be graduated with an Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Music, and Associate of General Studies. Dr. Michael Vargo, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, will present these candidates this evening.
Jada. Ariel Halis Brown. Rachel Lynn Alberta. Kiara Marie Garrison. Josh C. Santella. Deborah Kathleen Hook. Nancy Marie Roman. Timothy L. Stilson. Deborah L. Townsend. Yolanda Holly Boylan. Shannon Elaine Gamble. Nicholas Robert Bush. Vanessa Uda Gruch. Yolanda Cruz Olguin. Carla L. Villasana Acosta. Jerry Arlen Jones. Meredith Jean McCann. Erica Danielle Egler. Danielle Ruth Bagan. Michaela Blau. Madeline Nicole McMahon. Rachel Lynn Van Stee. Eric Lee Wiersma. Melissa Blanco. Camus O'Neill Ivy. Jared William Monsma. Hannah Cluley. Michelle M. Day. Christopher Daniel Lick. Nathaniel R. Boersma. Alexis Terrell. Zachary Allen Boone. Madeline Medallion. Larry Marvin Peavy. Stuart D. Miller. Catherine Ann Moritz. Ashley L. Danner. Sean S. Ritzema. Ryan A. Zakow. Tyler Edward Flath. Nicole M. Giles. Daniel W. Brown. Amber E. Hornecker. Kemper Wright. Elizabeth Barba. Lee T. Oliver. Jason Corey. Lucinda K. Moody. Akila Shanae Arnetta Johnson. Noah Van Hardesvelt. Jacob J. Wagner. Elizabeth S. Whiting. Christopher Lee Russo. Latisa Sally. Jamie Jamio Ramirez. Zachary L. Beardsley. Antonio Mendez. Brian Whitsett. Megan G. Thornton. Jamie Ellen Jose. Elizabeth E. Hatt. Madeline Tamara McGillargy. Michael W. Stanton. Constance Louise Klein. Rachel M. Klein. Tracy A. Lacey. Katrina Lynn Gallardo. Rachel N. Neve. Kristen J. Martin. Kayla A. Strandberg. Joshua David Lackey. Paige Marie Merrill. Grace Delora Davis. Caitlin Jo Campbell. Whitney Herrick. Verna C. Johnson. Tammy Marie Kraus. Christopher Ray Kraus. Penny Prominski. Garrison Camille Wilson. Ellen Sanders. Tricia Buskart. Jasmine Joy Gibbons. Karen S. Willis. Adam J. Lukis. Jeanette Aber Alimu. Patricia Ann Dunn. Pamela Christine Lowing. Brandon C. Stone. Brittany Alt. Angela Beth Mashali. Michael Lusk. Joshua Philip Vissers. Gabriel Webby. Tanya Cook. Nicole Dietrich. Patricia Ann Vanderveen. Jacqueline Waldron. Nicole H. Hilaki. Binner Anderson Mendez. Ricardo I. Navarrete Mendez. Rachel Tibby. Melissa Jones. Robert Lee Bell. Hector Vargas. Elizabeth Ann Johnson. Casey Green. Mariah Monica Faber. Sherry Ann Hurt. Audrey Ross. Catherine Ellison. Ashley Nicole Rodriguez. Heather L. Galapou. Jacob R. Erlaub. Adanya Ray Conrad. Zandria M. Shapanik. Wendy Acevedo. Tanaya Howland. Michelle M. Hurd. Melissa M. Newton. Beverly Gonzalez. Ariel Israel Sosa Jr. Jesus Santos. Korea Parks. Kayla Meled Amash. Mackenzie Joe Vandermay. Tiffany J. Palis. Caitlin Starr Phillips. Facundo Santome. Ariana Hernandez. Michael Peoples. Solomon Leroy Gant. Patrick J. Striley. Nicoletta Jensen. Nemesis Maria Figueiredo. Brittany T. Lacey. Angela E. Gooden. Melissa Redner. Kelly J. Sireveld. Nadia Eva Marie Medlige. Ashley Lauren Walker. Jonathan Leischer. Maria Lynn Bosker. Jonathan David Lopez. Jacqueline Marie Zeman. Javon Lee Sanders. Kayla S. DeVrue. Sarah May Clymer. Derek Merlos. Caitlin Rian Danko. Derek Doomler. Joyce E. Barnes. Kaylee Keenan. Christina M. Gonzalez. Asia Janae Tolliver. Cynthia Marie Cantu. Amber Rain Beaucamp Jones. Elizabeth Ann Johnson. Austin Daniel Camp. Hannah Marie Meninga. Justine M. Hernandez. Namizi Aline. Cheryl Diane Smith. Taylor D. Axdorf. Nicole Marie Wiersma. Harmony N. Wynn. Noreen Marie Cerrone. Samantha Fricky. Tara Mariah Bowman. Jacqueline Ray Cordero. Alex Barr. Natalie Siebers. James C. Adam. Brenda Kupris Carey. Eamon Vincent Kupris Carey. Brooke Nicole Davis. Ileana Garcia Morales. Francisco Javier Escalera. Alexandra Elizabeth West. Joshua S. Siwi. Rachel Barman. Brandy C. Thomas. Robin Schwarzwalder Cook. Amber Rose Bailey. Autumn Jean Scott. Ellen L. Hansen. Alexander James Sullivan. Haley Elizabeth Sullivan. Matthew John Hamby. Francis Reed Birdsall. Dawn Sharon Lewis. Autumn Marie Traylor. Christine Ingabiri. Eric Schumann. Micah Lee Multani. John T. Hunt. Douglas Davis. Echo Lynn Anna Matson. Daniel Joseph DeVries. Juan L. Contreras. Leslie Pacheco. Eli Rodriguez Torres. Forrest W. West. Caitlin Rose Nolan. Summer Lynn LaBelle. Matt Allen Korn. Fong Vu. Ashley Daniels. Jackie Lynn Van Single. Ketiswan M. Marsh. Nathaniel Hernandez. Jessica Lynn Blandford. Amber J. Elvey. Thomas William Most. Mesor Juliette Yorkie. Betsy Arlene Lake. Paul Chittenden. Elizabeth Grace Van Houten. Nicole R. Clark. Austin G. Forrest, Eustacio Roberto Uribe, Brandon G. Peplau, Jalen B. Bibb, Diane Mutete, Jacob Ramos, Colin Andrew Klug, Monica Lynn Terrell, Catherine Hendrick, Matthew A. Gruder, Kylie Ann Jacobs, Rhonda J. DeVries, Ernesto Luis Rodriguez Avilla, Narayan Katwada, Amanda Hasanovich, Joseph L. Taylor Jr., Gabriel O. Armstead, Heather Nicole Knaus, Caitlin Rambat, Teresa N. Baker, Jamel S. Ahmed, Prince N. Guayan, Arthur Ubute Yawayan, Sr., Tavashan Kylie R. Scrivens, Destiny Ann Lazari Morgan, Kelsey Chismar, Tequila M. Patton, Hannah N. Totten, Lorraine Prado, Viviano Quintano, Jennifer Brannon Hoyas, Susan Kimberly Lockwood, Colton J. Westerling, Christopher A. Patrick, Devin Renee Garcia, Dylan Gerald Roberts, Robert Lee Cuba III, Anna Mansfield, Daniel James Dennis, Christy Plaska, Brittany Williams, Amelia Grace Eck, Daniel Eggerding, Colleen Klein, Kaylee Jo Taucher, Crystal Juarez, Sarah Elizabeth Juarez, Gabriel J. Diaz, Azita Chedzigui, Jessica Lynn Rios, Rachel Velasquez, Heather Van Order, Janae Sanders, Angelica Susana Alvarado, Haley Harper, Paul Wijik, Aaron T. Ozark, Catherine Annette Vandenbroek, Priscilla Basti Rubio, Linda May Rivera, Sarah Rose Lawson, Regina R. Caston, Tara Resterhouse, Lauren Milligan, Jordan Richard Little, Samantha Jo Hilliard, Kathy S. Carabellis, Jacqueline Villegas, Zachary Bongart, Shanae R. Van Streen, Evan Lucas Christofferson, Chelsea Marie Moline, Melissa K. Hostler, Rosalie May Baxter, Joshua J. Doan,
Will the Marshal now present the candidates who will be graduated with an Associate of Applied Arts and Sciences, Associate of Business, Associate of Nursing, and certificates. Dr. Fiona Hurt, Dean of the School of Workforce Development, will present these candidates this evening.
Heather Lynn Stappa, Danielle Bacchus, Patrick Henry Dooling II, Paul D. Shepard, Michael Dennis Beatty, Carol Rotman, Brittany Rose Peters, Nathan Thomas Nada, Sunday T. Vargas, Alexander Castro, Joyce Ann Collins, Corey Walcott, Joseph John Brown, Matthew Hofsty, Deanne Leah Frickin, Melissa Rusky, Miriam Flores, Kenneth R. Adams, Mason Andrew Butts, Albert Noel Schwente, Simon Sibe Terwasi, Sarissa Elmer, Jose Gomez Lugo, Aaron Anthony Strong, Kyle Thomas Stolzenberg, Jacob Kirk Farron, Michael Jean Jones, Teresa Heinzelman, Heaven Alexis Linka, Benjamin David Geis, Manuel Urubi, Renee Marie Ritzenheim, Monica Olivia Lee Steffens, Travis A. Hayward, Benjamin Michael Estras Haug, Dalta Lawrence Pottiger, Carol Frederick Schultz, Rebecca R. Radloff, Brittany Alexandria Hall, Joel Jason Strigel, Ronald W. Potts, Shantae Mashawn Miller, Stacy M. Anderson, Terry A. Harris, John Austin Benson, Laundress John Coleman, Ryan List, Tawanda Michelle Lee, Kevin Hunt, Deanna Ashell Bracey, Judy A. Kelly, Kurt Navia, Samantha Spomer, Cody R. Stewart, Christopher Michael Chichester, Elizabeth Ann Cosley, Deontay Chavers Roberts, Itza V. Suarez, Audra L. Hagee, Suzanne Elaine Young, DeMargio C. White, Megan E. Rosso, Kelly A. Evie, Daniel Sean William Pumford, Todd E. Matz, Evan Andrew Johnson, Hannah Barker, Corinna Chantel Duernard, Kenneth Warren Damon, Rex J. Higginson, Michael Lamar Buxton, Thomas Anthony Kimball, Jennifer L. Amos, Brenda R. Miller, Kimberly R. Reese. Joshua Todd Stone. Ashley Nicole Miggins. Pamela Rain Chandler. Jose Antonio Fabian Lecco. Michael D. Bringenstall. Guadalupe Silva Gonzalez. Samantha Van Single. Renee Michelle Dietering. Michaela Leanne Zirup. Lynn J. Stewart. Angie Gamboa. Benjamin Paul Roscom. Sherry L. Drenth. Michael Douglas Brown. Romel O. Kalin. Lori Alicia Turner. Javina Marie Stokes. Kelly Porter. Joanna Eveline Gorney. Miranda M. Jacobson. Marissa Lynn Ferrier. Christine Holton. Valerie K. Barnes. Mandy Maria Mahoney. Holly Nicole Polson. Ali Jolene Shook. Emily Elizabeth Palmer. Trisha M. Bowen. Todd Moore. Judy L. Randall. Mana Butte. Rhonda Lynn Pike. Andrea Ann Holsey. Stephanie Selby. Corey Marine Cook. Courtney Brooke Hulbert. Kelly Miller. Kristen L. Peace. Bailey Marie Smith. Sarah E. Courtney. Sarah Rose Verksis. Natasha L. Goodman. Carla L. O'Connor. James E. Ausma. Janine L. Riley. Tammy L. Hudson. Julia L. Ahrens. Elaine Galmoski. Nicole M. Blaine. Ashley Jo Nickerson. Sarah J. Rainbolt. Megan Reese. Christina V. Nang. Joyce O. Egasa Williams. Terrence Simmons. Rebecca A. Pena. Landers Myrale Guerrero. Heidi K. Lokakanin. Cherie Lynn Ringler. Stiana Cherie Kilgore. Tanya Strickland. Shannon Lee Scurry. Kevin M. Vanderwolp. Shonda Renee Hill. Liberty Clark. Travis J. Shader. Aubrey Lynn Stuck. Jamie Lee Boma. Samantha Zwade. Tara E. Jimenez. Kalina F. Bannister. Narissa Elena Boland. Darren Nichols. Patty Lorraine Rice. Terry Lynn Boffman Stevenson. Stacia L. Montel. Christy Ann Brink. Nicole Ann Wilcox. Daryl Renee Malone. Jarvis Carl Ewing. Gloria Ann Davis. David L. Parsons. Kendra Victoria Sherd. Michelle Ray Long. Sarah Lynn Upton. Edward Rosinski. Randy Butkus. Taylor S. Kangas. Christopher M. O'Keefe. Ayla Beers. Nicole McWinney. Carrie DuBois. Elizabeth Ariel Lee. Kaylee Ann Latham. Benjamin Mark Wheeler. Amanda N. Terhorst. Igenis Barbara Rojas. Charles Tobias. Dale Lynn A. Tobias. Maria M. Santana Polanco. James R. Hernandez. Micah Robert Harris. Julie Beth Rainbolt. Christina Mae McConnell. Kenneth Martin Felix. Latisha Nicole Johnson. Douglas Lemon. Ramona Denise Johnson. Jana Catherine Jones. Sergio A. Calderon. Rachel Emily Black. Veronica Grote. Catherine J. Wheeler. Rochelle Dunn. Sina Nicole Chevis. Mallory Fisher. Megan Lindsay Chipman. Dolores J. Brunick. Melissa May Rixey. Sumaya Waver. Janine K. Gray. Nancy Burns. Ryan M. Somerville. Keith Edward Zurich. Cassandra Lynn Mayle. Devin M. Robeck. Michael Raymond Kelly. Joshua Robert Glocke. Richard Davis. Sarah Diane Davis. Byron David Fields. Felix R. Anderson. Liliana Santiago. Joseph M.A. Cauliflower. Israel T. Seku. Laura L. Bogard. Shalandra Anderson. Celeste J. Koppenhofer. Samuel Thomas Dykstra. Gerald Jacob Johnson. Francesca M. Vidal. Frederica Danae Brown. Joshua Thomas Strait. Richard C. Wartella. Chastity Middleton. Shannon Nicole Smythe. Tracy A. Wiersma. Laura Eileen Jan Lartis. Katrina Lynn Thrasher. Bernarda Miskovic. Heather M. Anstey. Sarah J. Kilman. Peter J. Kalinowski. Stacy J. Holtzclaw. Madeline Rose Wiley. Jonathan Michael Gritter. Emmanuel Esparza. Edith Rivera Gonzalez. Bethany Maria Carlsbeck. Cheryl Celestina Plaska. Anthony McMillan. Juan Carlos Garcia Dominguez. Kawami Deswasasi. Earl B. Scott. Patricia Ansari. Thomas Matthew Pearson Jr. Micah James Wiersma. Tanya L. Hall. Christopher J. Nagel. Margaret Della Sims. Granite Jean Whittaker. Carlos Negron Jr. Flora Garcia. Jesse Ramirez. Juan Edmundo Puga. Christina L. Caras. Lisa Fosberg. Samantha Lee Strang. Kenneth Robert McIntyre. Cheryl Ann Lossing. Joshua D. Vanderwerf. Rocky Van Zygeren. Gordon Losich. Marlon Wilson. Lori M. Zamora. Ruben James Pena. Isla Velgek. Sanita Eglanovic. Amy Lynn Reich. Jamie Nathan Cuevas. Evan Michael Braden. Brittany Schott. Monica Sue McLean. Lasita Lynn Woods. Bobby Lynn Brown. Holly Nicole Hernandez. Angela Paige Collins. Mary J. Duck. Emily Weston. Christina A. Ream. Anna Marquetta Jacobs. Bert Baker. Samuel John Skoltons. Xavier Santiago. Alicia Miller. William Jeffrey Reiser.
President Ender, upon the recommendation of the faculty of Grand Rapids Community College, I am honored and privileged to present the candidates for Associate of Arts, Associate of Applied Arts and Sciences, Associate of Business, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of General Studies, Associate of Music, Associate of Nursing, Associate of Science, and certificate programs.
Thank you, Provost Chesley. By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Grand Rapids Community College, the Board of Trustees, and the laws of the state of Michigan, I now confer upon each of you the certificate, degree, and title as they apply to you individually and cite you as being worthy of all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with this accomplishment. You may now shift your tassel from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the 2015 graduating class of Grand Rapids Community College. This will be difficult, but you may be seated. To close out tonight's ceremony and to embark on Grand Rapids Community College's next century, our student musicians are debuting a new alma mater. This piece was created by music professor Carol Van Ranwick and retired English professor Walter Lockwood. Thank you to both of them. This alma mater is a wonderful 100th year anniversary gift, and we are grateful to both of you. Well, it's been a wonderful evening, but the time has come to say, graduates, congratulations on this important milestone. We are so proud to call you GRCC alumni. I want you all to have a wonderful and safe night. Guests, if you would please stay at your place until the platform officials, faculty, and graduates recess. Thank you.
Doug is up here. We've got the box for the